Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ruby. I am so excited for today's video. I have been wanting to start this series for so long on my channel, and today I was gonna film something else in all honesty, and then I was like, you know what, I wanna change it up, finally start this series that I have been wanting to make for so long. There is so much construction going on outside my apartment, but we're just gonna kind of have to ignore it because it's filming time. So anybody that knows me knows that music is a huge part of my life. Not only am I a singer and a songwriter, but pretty much anytime I'm walking or commuting somewhere, because I live in New York City, I always have my headphones in. I am always listening to music. Music is just something that I kind of really can't live without. And I'm definitely not somebody that likes to just listen to one genre of music, and even though I'm young, I know a lot of people would assume that I probably just listen to like current pop music, but that's really not the case. I love everything from country music to musical theater to 90s rock. Like, there are so many different things that I love, and I'm always kind of discovering new music or older artists that I just have never listened to before. And so I wanted to kind of start making a music favorites video. Even though I'm like constantly finding new artists and I'm listening to new things every single day, I don't know how frequently I want to make these videos. I was either thinking of doing them every 2 months or every 3 months, so I want to hear from you guys when you would like to see these music favorites videos go up. But for now, I'm just going to jump right into like the first little edition of this series. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be talking about the artists and the albums and the songs that I have been loving recently. But without further ado, let's just hop into the favorites. Also, please don't mind this pile of clothing that's right there. It is being donated later this afternoon, but I couldn't really move it out of the frame because it is such a huge pile, so just let's ignore it. Alright, so first I want to talk about like more of like the mainstream like pop artists and songs that I've been loving recently. I have been getting super into Ava Max recently. I did not know a ton about her, and then recently I discovered her song Sweet But Psycho, and I just think that like not only does she have a really cool sound, it's a really current commercial pop sound, but her look is really interesting. She's kind of unapologetically herself, and I really dig that. And she also has this other song called So Am I that I really love. I'm basically just loving all of her songs. I can't wait for her to put out an actual like EP or album, because right now she only has like individual singles, but they're all really great. This next song is actually kind of surprising for me, but I've been really loving the song NASA by Ariana Grande. Now, like I said, this is actually a little surprising for me because I think Ariana Grande is very talented, but she's never been somebody that I've really listened to. But again, that's not to say that I don't think she's like ridiculously talented. But from her new album, Thank You Next, I was listening to it just because I think as a singer and songwriter, it's important to listen to everything. And I came across this song, NASA, and I just think it is so catchy. I love the song. The first time I listened to it, I was just kind of grooving to it, and then the second time I listened to the lyrics, and I was like, oh wow, like this is just a really great song. I also love this song when I'm at the gym just because it has a really good like groove to it, and so I enjoy working out to it as well. Okay, so an album that I have been loving recently is from the artist Sigrid. She's a pretty new artist on the pop scene, but she has this new album out, and I think it is so cool because while it is like a mainstream pop album, it has her own little like alternative like twist on it. My favorite song off the album probably has to be Don't Feel Like Crying. It is such a great like female breakup anthem, and even though like I'm obviously not going through a breakup right now, I just love it. It puts me in such like a happy like wanna dance move. I just realized that I said move, I meant mood. I don't know what's going on with my brain. It puts me in a really happy like wanna dance mood. But if you're somebody like me that loves the pop artists that go a little bit off the beaten path, have a little bit more of like an alternative vocal style, then I think you'd really like her. Some of my other favorite songs in the album are High Five, what else? I really love the song Sucker Punch too, that's a really great one, and then one of the other popular ones is Don't Kill My Vibe, which is really fun too, but that one's been out for a while, so I was familiar with it before the album came out. Like I said, I actually really love country music, and one of my favorite country artists is Maren Morris, and recently she came out with her new album. It's called Girl, and let me tell you, it is a perfectly crafted piece of work, which I'm honestly not surprised because her first album, in my opinion, is one of the best like albums of all time. It's just like the order of the songs is perfect, the songs are perfect, like her voice is perfect. I adore that album, and so when she came out with this new one, I like could not wait to listen to it. My top 2 favorite songs from the album are probably A Song for Everything and then a song called Common, which features Brandi Carlile, who is one of like my favorite artists of all time again, so that collaboration was just like such a dream to listen to. So going back to like just a song that I've been loving rather than an album, I have been loving the song You and Me by James T.W. If you like Ed Sheeran, if you like Shawn Mendes, especially Ed Sheeran, I feel like you would really love James T.W. Again, he's one of those artists that I can't wait for him to put out his first like full-length album. Okay, hang on, there are sirens like going crazy. What's going on? So anyways, I can't wait for him to put out his first like full-length album. All of his singles are honestly amazing. He has an EP out too, which is brilliant as well. But this song, You and Me, every time I listen to it, I get like teary-eyed just because I don't know, it's like one of those songs that like every time I listen to it, I just think of my boyfriend and like the love that I have for him, and it's such a beautiful song, but it's also such a feel-good song, and it makes me just like wanna like stand in the sunshine with like my arms open and just like, I don't know, it puts me in a really great mood. All of my friends know that I love anything with a good like groove and a bit of soul to it. I love R&B music, I love Amy Winehouse, I live for like horns and a good like bass guitar, anything that's just a little bit funky and like a really cool groove. I dig it. The song Look at Me Now by Emily King has been one of those songs that has been just playing in my headphones constantly. It's got such a cool little like groove to it. You can just kind of like sit back and like vibe to it. I don't know, I love it, and I've seen that she's like getting some recognition right now on a lot of like major late night shows, which I think is really cool, and it's refreshing to hear that like this new genre is like being included in these like mainstream shows. I think I just love the song because it's very similar to something that like I would write, and it's similar to the style of music that I really like to write from time to time, so it's a great song. I kind of feel like when it comes to music, sometimes I was definitely like born in the wrong decade. And when I say that, I mean I love music from the 70s. I just think the 70s was one of the best times for music. And although I was obviously not alive in the 70s, music from that era is something that I'm constantly playing, and that's always been in my musical library. And it started because like my mom and my dad introduced me to that music when I was younger, but then as I was older, I kind of took it upon myself to dig a little deeper and find even more artists from that time in music that I just really connected to. I think it's also just because as a songwriter, I listen to music a little differently, and just like the way that lyrics affect me are just on a slightly like different level. There are so many more like old school artists that I love, and so I really want to like take the time in each of these music favorites videos to talk to you guys about one of those artists that I'm loving, and so I can hopefully like help broaden your horizons and like introduce you guys into like a style of music that you maybe wouldn't have listened to otherwise, or an artist that you maybe wouldn't have listened to. But the artist that I have definitely been listening to like the most out of any artist recently is Jim Croce. His music was really big in the 70s, and unfortunately he died way too young in an unexpected plane crash, and so he wasn't able to like produce as much music as I'm sure he would have wanted to, but the music that he left behind is so incredible. They are all just pieces of art, and I just love his music. Like, do yourself a favor and go listen. As far as like what to compare him to, I mean, he really was like an artist in his own league. If you like James Taylor, I feel like you'd really also love like Jim Croce. I've recently been just like playing over and over again his greatest hits album, just because that album is filled with so many like perfectly crafted songs. I have like my top 3 favorite songs of his. The first is, but these aren't in like any particular order because they're all equally just as brilliant. But I really love the song One Less Set of Footsteps. That was like the first song of his that really got me introduced to his music and kind of got me like hooked. And then I also love the songs Lover's Cross and then Operator, That's Not the Way It Feels. They're both just like beautiful, heartfelt songs that just get me emotional every single time I listen to them. Okay guys, those are all my current music favorites. I'm sorry if I kind of rambled in today's video, but music is something that I could just talk about for forever and ever. Like I said, if you want to see a like second installment of this series, please give this video a really big thumbs up. That will help me to know that you want to see another like music favorites video in the near future. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Help me grow the Ruby Rocks the World channel. It would mean the absolute world to me. Follow me on all my social media networks. Links are always in the down bar below. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, night, afternoon, whenever you all are watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Okay? Bye, everybody.